Hi guys, and welcome to your collective tarot love messages. This is going to be a collective tarot reading. Therefore, this isn't specifically intended for any one sign, but if you've clicked on this reading and if you're here, there's obviously something that's pulled you here. There's a reason why you've been led here, guided here, or drawn to this reading. And in today's reading, we are going to take a look and see whether or not your person is going to contact you, okay? Or when you can expect contact and communication from your person next. As mentioned, it's a general reading, but if you're after a personalized tarot reading with myself, feel free to reach out and inquire. My email address is going to be listed just below the video. So, to begin the reading, there is a very strong energy of action, okay? There is this, and I'm not sure if this is coming from you or whether it's coming from your connecting energy, but there's this force that is very present in the reading. Force, action, almost like this push-pull struggle kind of energy. So maybe this is where you're at with your person, okay? Maybe right now you're going through, you know, Five of Swords situation. There's a little bit of tension, okay? However, the tension has manifested in your connection. You know, there is some, like the relationship is not where you want it to be, okay? And things are not what you want for them to be right now. And someone here is trying to do things by way of using force. So they're trying to force to make things happen. They're trying to force the connection. They're trying to force contact. They're trying to force communication. They're trying to force things to flow. This kind of energy is coming from a place of anger. It could also be coming from a place of fear. Okay, and it's not the correct energy to be operating in. You can't just go ahead and, you know, you can't necessarily get after what it is that you want by coming from this energy, okay? By coming from an energy of force or by coming from an energy of fear. I mean, you can, you know, you can, but it won't necessarily go very well for you and it will backfire and it's not something that's going to make you happy and it's not going to get you the results that you want. Right now, okay, you and your person have to kind of take a step back from your situation, okay? So if there's no contact, there's no communication, that's happening for a reason and you have to let go, okay? So for those of you that are really trying to force contact, you're trying to force a situation, you're trying to force yourself to be happy even when you're not in a specific situation, you need to take a step back. You need to relax, you need to let go, and you need to trust, okay? You need to trust. Let things happen. Let the chips fall where they may, okay? Let things happen. And what will happen is positive momentum is going to start building around you and around this person, okay? It will not build if you're placing so much resistance, okay? And if you're placing so much force and so much like struggle, okay? Because it is a bit of a struggle. Contact, communication is a struggle. Connecting with your person is a struggle. You know, teeing up a time to see each other, or giving each other the time and the energy this connection needs or requires is a struggle, okay? It shouldn't have to be, okay? You should keep things light. You cannot force, you cannot fight, you cannot struggle your way through this relationship, okay? And you cannot do it through an energy of resistance. And that's exactly what we see present in the reading here, okay? There's this force, there's a lot of action, okay? But things aren't necessarily getting anywhere. There's a lot of like push and pull kind of energy. There's a lot of struggle and it's exhausting, okay? It's really, really exhausting here and it's draining you. It's and it shouldn't be, right? It's exhausting you mentally, emotionally. It's exhausting you physically in the process. You need to keep it light. You cannot force your way through this connection. You cannot force, you know, your person, okay? Especially through this energy of fear, through this energy of resistance. Okay, you can't try and overcome resistance because it's just going to create more of it. And it's going to feel heavy. Is that how it feels for a lot of you? Because the energies themselves feel heavy. Like, it feels like this all feels a bit fatiguing. It all feels a little bit exhausting. You know, the fact that there's no contact or there's no communication, or the fact that you have so much tension and friction and there's so much stress or there's so much struggle in this relationship, in this connection, or even just, you know, with regards to this person. It doesn't have to feel that way, not at all. Take this time to sort of step back from your situation, okay? Or take this time to sort of step back and look at things. And really just allow things to happen, and you'll find that things are going to take care of themselves. So if you're in a place right now where you're expecting to hear from your connecting energy, where you're expecting to, you know, have contact, have communication, or even reconnect, this could be the ex. Oftentimes when the devil shows up in a reading, the devil does represent an ex. So it could be, you know, you're trying to re-attract the energy of your ex, or you're trying to get back together here. But a lot of you are coming at this from a place of, you know, force, from a place of anger, okay? Also, you know, from a place of fear, because that's where the force, that's the energy the force is operating in. You kind of have to give this a little bit more space, okay? Because some of you, you know, the expectation is there. The expectation is to re-attract someone or attract someone. The expectation there is, you know, to receive contact, receive communication, or at the very least get this person to respond. However, your needs are going to be met, but you need to take a step back here. You need to take a step back from the situation. Just also, like, really, you know, just imagine and also allow for things to happen naturally and let things work out. And all you have to do is smile, sit back, smile, and sit back and trust. I know it sounds too simple, but you don't have to worry about, you know, receiving contact or receiving communication from this person, because it is on its way, okay? But if you keep operating from this energy of force, okay, if you're operating from this energy of anger, you know, you're not hearing from this person and therefore you're angry, or therefore you're emotionally upset, or, you know, you're fearful or you're resistant. You know, if you keep putting out that vibration, you're going to attract that same vibration back to you, okay? And maybe this is what's causing this stress and tension and friction in the connection, okay? Or maybe this is why there's so much action, but it's really not going anywhere. You just have to let, you know, you don't have to worry about controlling how your person feels about you or how they're going to react to a situation, because that's not within your control. All you have to do and all you have to worry right now, I mean, you don't even have to worry, but all you have to focus on right now is just, you know, you don't have to push. You don't have to pull. All you have to do is just sort of let things happen, okay? Let things happen naturally. Just let things work out on their own. And when you do that, things are going to start working out, because you've got some very wonderful cards here in the reading, but then you've also got this really heavy energy, okay? And it's this heavy energy that kind of overshadows the other cards that you have here. So this energy of anger, or this energy of, you know, fear and resistance. Okay, you might want to get to a certain goal, okay? You might want a certain outcome, and you might have a certain expectation from your person and from this relationship, and that's great. But if you sort of just allow for things to happen, okay? Even if though you might have certain expectations and, you know, certain intentions, but if you just let things happen, if you just approach this from an energy of, you know, let's just see what happens, your person is going to respond, okay, in that same energy. They're going to respond to those vibrations that you're putting out there. And what you're putting out there is, you know, an outcome that can be very different to what you hoped for, but still very positive, okay? So it will still be just as great, but different. And, you know, results will show up, and it may surprise you, and surprises are always great, right? Because right now there's this energy of force, right? There's this really strong, heavy energy present in this reading here, and there's this energy of force. And some of you are trying to force things to happen. Some of you are trying to make things happen. And deep down inside, you probably feel it. You probably feel like you're doing too much, you're saying too much, or you're trying to really force things, okay? You're really struggling here in that sense. by forcing this, by forcing, you know, contact, communication, or even by trying to force this connection to work, you're never really going to find out what it is that you're looking for. Okay, you're always going to be struggling, you're always going to be pushing, resisting, you know, operating in an energy, from an energy of fear. You can't try and, for some of you, and I don't know if it's you, I don't know if it's your person, but someone here's trying to, it's almost like they're trying to force, persuade, intimidate, or even like threaten someone else's energy, you know. They're trying to really force something to happen, okay? Things are not going to fulfill, things are not going to happen in that kind of energy, okay? And someone is operating from this energy of guilt or even shame. And I don't know if it's you or your person, but someone here is counting on fear and counting on, you know, anxiety and counting on resistance to make them act. Force further produces this energy of unworthiness, inadequacy, smallness. So see how it's kind of lowering your self-esteem as well? It's just not good, okay? Wherever there is force, there truly cannot be love. So there can only be like fear here, there can only be anxiety, there can only be anger, there can only be resentment. So whenever you use force, you're producing that energy in your situation. You're producing that energy, you're putting that vibration out there. Your person is then picking up on that vibration and is responding in the same way, okay? Or is responding in the same vibrations. And you can't win honorably, not in that, you know, not using force and not using that, not in that energy. It's this, you know, if you try to force and make things happen, and some of you, you know, you're not physically forcing it, but you're operating from a place of fear, like you want it to happen, but you're fearful that it's never going to happen. And that's kind of, you're resisting contact, you're resisting communication, your energy is pushing, okay, repelling this person instead of attracting this person or re-attracting this person. So by letting things just happen, it's creating freedom, okay? And then you're giving your person the freedom to choose, the freedom to act, the freedom to communicate, reach out and respond. And you're giving this relationship, this connection, the freedom to just be what it's meant to be, okay? And you will see that shortly, okay? If you sort of step into this energy where you just sit back, relax, and just trust and let things happen, you will see that shortly after this reading, even, you know, an hour or even less within an hour of this reading, some of you are going to receive contact or receive communication from your person. Your person is going to reach out, they're going to text you, they're going to call you, they're going to finally respond to you, or they're going to, you know, hit you up on social media, or, you know, they're finally going to, if they've been sitting on a text message and they had to respond and they've just sort of been putting it off, they're finally going to answer back, okay? Because you're giving the freedom, okay? Your intention and your actions, instead of coming from a place of energy, from a place of force, you're now operating from a place of freedom, and you're giving your intention and your actions the freedom to just be, okay? Okay, just as you allow yourself to be, let your person be as well. And when you have the freedom to choose, and when your person also has the freedom to choose, you know, whether to communicate, whether to respond, whether to reach out, and whether to try and give this connection a go or another go, then they have, you know, then they have the freedom to choose love. They have the freedom to choose, you know, respect. They have the freedom to choose, you know, to be gratitude, okay? Gratitude for you, gratitude for this connection, because these are the things that people freely choose, right? So without force, okay, when no force is being applied, and this is so important, guys, this is really important. When no force is being applied, someone, okay, will then accept you for who you are, okay? They will choose you because it is their choice, okay? It's their choice. They had freedom of choice, and they choose you. and they'll want you, and they'll need you, and they'll love you, and they'll respect you. And you know, these are the choices that they're going to make freely, okay? Because you didn't force, you didn't put, you know, that energy or that vibration of force onto them, okay? And what that tells you is that's going to heighten your self-esteem, okay? Instead of lowering and damaging your self-esteem, it's going to heighten your self-esteem, because it's going to tell you are absolutely worth it and you do deserve it. So see how it's a win-win situation for everyone. Okay, and it's by not forcing the situation, can things, you know, can you truly be who you, as you are and who you are, and can you truly attract the person that's meant for you, okay? But when you're trying to make someone want you, someone need you, when you're trying to make someone, you know, talk to you, someone communicate with you, you know, someone try to, you know, when you're really forcing someone to spend time with you, all the, like, the energy that you're putting out there, the vibration that you're putting out there is guilt, it's shame, it's resistance, you know, it's fear, okay? And they don't see you, okay? And they don't see you, okay? They either don't respond to you, or they do respond to you in the same vibration, or otherwise they do not see you. They cannot pick up on your vibration. So if there's no contact, no communication, it's possible that you're operating in this energy of force and fear and shame and guilt and resistance, and your person is not seeing you, okay? Your person is not able to pick up on that energy, okay? And this is why there's no contact, no communication, or this is why there's nothing happening, or otherwise they do see you and they're responding to you, okay? They're reflecting back to you, much like a mirror, the same vibration, that same energy. So okay, right now, Five of Swords, you know, it's an energy of, it's resistance, it's struggle, right? There's a bit of a struggle, okay? Force, that's where, you know, I'm getting this energy of force from, the Five of Swords. But what you want there to be is peace. And if you want to achieve peace in this relationship, in this connection, you absolutely just have to let this person, you know, come from this from a place of freedom, okay? So just allow for things to happen naturally, okay? Allow for things to happen organically. And when you give this the freedom, that is when things will finally happen, okay? When you step back and give this the connection, the freedom that it deserves. I'm not saying you're suffocating it, but, or maybe you are. Maybe you're suffocating it, you know, with energies of fear and resistance. But when you give it the freedom, only then can this connection truly flourish. Only then can you expect, you know, like a flow and just this smooth and effortless flow of communication and contact coming your way and positive momentum, and everything is, you know, that 10 of Cups, that ideally seen, okay? Three of Cups, you know, joyous moments, okay? Raising your vibration, you know, Knight of Cups, love offers, emotional love offers, sweet gestures, romantic gestures, just this, you know, romantic energy and vibrations, okay? But all, you know, and you can expect all this good stuff to come to you and all this good stuff to flow to you, but only if you just give this the freedom that it needs and that it deserves, okay? So, you know, I'm not saying abandon it, okay? You know, watch closely how you interpret things. I'm not saying abandon it, but I'm saying give it the freedom that this needs. So yes, you know, if there's no contact, no communication, you can, okay? But only if, okay? So if you don't end up hearing from your person, if you guys don't end up communicating, you know, within an hour or even several hours or even a couple of days after this reading, it's because you're still continuing to operate in this energy of fear and resistance. And that's what's blocking contact communication. That's what's blocking your person from coming forward or from coming back. It's also what's blocking, you know, what's repelling your person instead of attracting them, okay? So watch the energy and vibration you're putting out there, okay? But if you just step back, trust the universe, and just let this be what it's meant to be, you will receive contact and communication. You will receive contact communication from your person very soon. They may even call you or text you to ask you out, to ask to meet up with you. You know, they may even do something very sweet, like a sweet romantic gesture for you, okay? They may take you out, they may wine and dine you here, a nice dinner date might be in store for you, okay? That's because you're allowing things to happen. Alright guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please show your support to the channel if you haven't already by liking and subscribing. Do hit that subscribe button guys, it helps the channel to grow. Thank you again, bye!